I'll share a phrase that I heard from an EOS implementer that has stuck with me and probably one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard. Separate the decision from the timing. We commonly get stuck in decisions because if we make a decision, we feel like we have to implement and execute immediately. And if we do that, we're really not prepared for the consequences of executing on that decision. So we postpone that decision for a later date when maybe we'll be better prepared. The problem is we never get better prepared because we postpone it and we postpone it and we never get to that state of preparation. It's really important to make the decision when you know you need to make it. Hold off on execution and plan for the execution. Separate it from the timing. I'll give you an example. Probably the one I see most come up in my leadership journey and working with leaders that I work with. We've all seen this person, the person that just no longer fits in your organization. They're very negative. They no longer fit with the culture, but they're a top performer. And they stick around for way too long, mostly because leaders can't separate the decision from the timing. And they feel stuck because as much as they know that person is creating negativity and having really shifting the culture and major negative consequences to the organization, they can't let go of that top performer because it's their top performer. Maybe it's their top salesperson and they're tied into all of their most critical key accounts and nobody else has the same relationships. Well, look at that example for a second. If you separate the decision from the timing and say, a year from now, I do not want that person on my team. I can't do anything about it today, but I can do something so that they're not here in a year. I've made the decision and the timeline is totally separated. Then I can plan. I can put a plan together to build relationships with those critical customers, to put other people in those accounts, to do things so that that person is not holding me hostage or my organization hostage anymore. And then I can execute at a later time. But when we don't make that decision because we feel stuck, then we hold off planning for ever doing anything. And at a later time, we still feel stuck and we still haven't done anything about it. So separate the decision from the timing of execution, and you'll be much better off. You'll get out of being stuck in decisions that are too hard to make because you can't implement or execute immediately. It's not the right thing to implement or execute immediately, but it is important to implement and execute those decisions. So separate the decision from the timing.